Hello farmers, welcome back to Wyther Farms. You catch me early this morning doing a fertilizing contract that's going to pay me well enough, hopefully, to buy that land today I had my eye on for the past couple months. Right now I'm sitting just over 93,000 pounds and the property I'm looking to buy is 113,000. So I'm about 20,000 pounds short, but this job right here alone will pay for it. I'm going to get paid very handsomely from this job right here. So I've already contacted the landowners of that property saying I should have the cash by the end of the day. And I'll be signing papers later on, hopefully, as long as this farmer that I'm doing the contract for pays me sometime today, which I hope they do. But if not, I do have another contract lined up for myself later on this afternoon to do another fertilizing contract. Yeah, everyone's hiring me to do fertilizing contracts. I have no problem doing it. Although fertilizer is kind of on the expensive side, but the jobs do pay off to do them. I don't think the farmers like to do it because the fertilizer may corrode their equipment spreading it, but I got a pressure washer back on my farm, so just make sure we rinse it off as best we can when we get back and help prevent all that. But after I do this contract and before I do the other fertilizing contract, today is the day I can mow the grass. The grass is finally peaked. And the Massey Ferguson is back at the farm waiting for us to cut the grass, bale it up, and wrap it. I've already leased the baling wrapper. That is at the shop. I haven't picked that up yet. So everything is paid for today. Just got to go cut the grass, bale it, and wrap it. And this will be the first time I've done worked up on this setup on cutting the grass. Now, last season, I did cut the grass with the Massey Ferguson with a butterfly mower, but I don't think I had the baler on the back of it. So, this time around, we're going to be cutting the grass and baling it at the same time. It's going to save me a lot of time the way we used to do it, because we had the one mower, and then, of course, we had to windrow it, and then we baled it, and then we wrapped it. So now, all I have to do is we're mowing and baling in the same pass. We don't have to windrow nothing, and then we just got to go ahead and wrap up the bales, and then in a couple days' time, those bales will be silage and then sell. And that is the main reason why I'm doing the contracts, because the canola harvest on that field I want to buy today should be ready for harvest, I think, tomorrow. And yeah, I'm not going to have the bales ready in a couple days, so I got very lucky on these contracts getting them, and I'll get paid, like I said, hopefully today. We could buy that land later on today after work, and then we'll have a nice field of canola to harvest in the next day or so. I've also put the feelers out there for hiring some people around to work on my farm as well. When it comes time to do our cereal crop field, I'm looking for someone to jump into the combine and do the harvesting while I go ahead and maybe bale and also run the grain cart back and forth from the grain field over to our silo and then store it. I may also have someone help me do the canola harvest as well. But I'm thinking that one there I can probably just do myself because I don't need to bale anything. Canola is going to be chopped up into the combine and spread out into the field afterwards. Then we have a lot of work to do in that field after we harvest it. We're going to have to go ahead and get ourselves a soil sampler. We're going to have to lease that and take some soil samples of the field itself so we can get it all perfect. I'm not sure what I want to plant into it as of yet, so I'll have to wait and see how that goes. I'm not sure exactly what to do with that field as of yet. But now, since I kind of know my plan on buying the field and financially how we're doing, my next goal after buying the property is, I owe the store £250,000 for the Massey Ferguson and mowing set that I purchased. Well, I haven't purchased it yet, but it's kind of a loan. So I'm hoping with all the silage bills we'll be selling in a couple days. I think we'll get like maybe 80 to 90,000 pounds from that. The store says I don't have to pay 50,000 pounds per season, but I would like to get that paid off mostly this year. And then I can really focus on the farm and building it on up and doing what we need to do. I think we've got across the hump on the farm on building it up. So possibly getting prices on some sheds. And maybe in the near future, possibly some sheep as well. But this field here is all set and done. I'm going to go ahead and text the farmer that I'm doing the job for and let them know that we're all set, and hopefully we'll get paid sometime midday. He said he'd get me paid right away, not a problem, because he knows Well, I pretty much said I kind of need the cash because I got a deal going through this afternoon. But he said, no problem. So we'll see if I get paid later on today. But now I'm going to get back to my own farm. I want to get that grass cut and baled up. And then I'll probably go over and fertilize the next field. And then we'll go ahead and wrap up some bales. This is a nice part to our farm now. We just got to roll on in. I don't have to keep stopping at the store and buying small bags. Let's go ahead and pop up the cover and top off our spreader with some fertilizer for the job later on. And cover that on up. Weather should be good most of the day as far as I can tell. There is a slight chance of some rain later on, but it's much later on, so I shouldn't have to worry about it at all. But then again, we know how the forecast can be. So here is the setup for today for mowing the grass, and hopefully very much into the future. Yeah, last year I just had the mower on the Massey Ferguson and the weight on the back, but this year I think this Massey Ferguson is big enough to handle what I'm going to ask for it to do. So let me go ahead and let's unfold the butterfly mower first. Now to make sure the settings are on correct. Yes, all the settings should be swathing into the middle. Turn that on. Make sure that one's down all the way, which it is. We'll turn that one on. And now for the baler, let's go ahead and unfold that. Then we'll lower down the pickup. Turn that on there. Of course, when I go around corners, it's not going to be able to pick it on up. But other than that, it's going to make quick, easy work for me now on cutting this grass field. Hours of work cut down probably to less than a half an hour, I would assume. We'll see how long it takes me. I'm not too sure. Now this grass field here, for the most part, I think it got some lime on it. But I do believe it got fertilizer everywhere, so it should be good to go. Having a good harvest. Now we'll have to go around and pick up some little pieces here and there on corners. But overall, I won't have to windrow it. The mowing set's like 3 times as wide, so this is going to be all good. If I take a sneak peek over to our left, that is the field I'll be purchasing later on this afternoon, I hope. You can see the canola is looking nice and ripe, so it's very close to harvesting. But the landowner said, yeah, they won't harvest the field on us as long as we buy it today, but it's not ready for harvest anyways, I don't think. Now I want to keep this grass field here a complete grass field. If I plan on in the future getting some sheep, which could be later this fall possibly, or next season, the sheep will go over into the other grass field. Have a nice little spot for them, I think. Start producing some wool. Let the sheep do what they do. I thought about cows, but cows are just too darn expensive. Meaning you just need too much equipment. And yeah, I want to get the farm on. I mean, the farm is on its feet. But financially, yes, I still owe £250,000, which a couple years ago sounded like a lot of cash. But now with this grass field here and the other grass field, and now later on today having a second field that we're going to throw a crop in, yeah, we can make that money up in no time flat. This system is working out great. So nice to have all this equipment that we own. Don't have to lease anything except for the baling wrapper, which I'm not going to go ahead and ask about purchasing anytime soon. It does cost me pretty close to £2,000 to lease it, but for now, it's a financial charge I can deal with. Knowing that for how much we get for our silage bales, I can definitely go ahead and wait on buying that in the distant future. I always say distant future, like I said, my money's coming in pretty good. I would like to get 3 harvests done this year on the grass, if I can. But seeing that we're already in mid-June, the next grass cut probably won't come until late August, early September. And that means I might be able to squeeze one in late November, early December, but the grass won't be as tall. But you know what? Probably wouldn't hurt to, if the weather's good enough this fall, to go ahead and cut the grass and get the job done and earn ourselves a little bit more cash. Now, I'll have to go around a little bit and pick up the pieces later on. Cutting the grass the first time with this setup, just trying to get an idea of how to go around and get the job done. But already, this is a huge time saver. This Massey Ferguson with a butterfly mower is going to save me so much time, so much wear and tear on the T8 that we had. But it's also going to come into great play when we go ahead and have the harvest, and someone can be in the combine harvester doing the cereal crop field, harvesting that, and I can go ahead and bale behind it. And then I can just jump into the T8 when needed to go ahead and empty out the combine. This farm is starting to come along pretty darn good. This setup here is just perfect for me here on the farm. More than I could have hoped for. Definitely cuts down the time. Definitely makes the job more enjoyable. Used to take me all morning to do this job, and now I'm going to zip right through it here in no time flat. It just got repetitive last time, having to mow it, then windrow it, then bale it, then wrap it, and just cutting down the steps that I have to do. This makes it enjoyable. It's not going to make it more well, yes, it will make it more profitable because I don't have to put more wear and tear on the tractors by making more runs, and of course leasing the windrower. But the yield is going to should be the same as long as I keep the lime and fertilizer up on it. But yeah, it will actually make it more profitable because I don't have to run the tractor as much and waste more diesel fuel in the fields than I have to. I will have to go around and pick up the scraps here later on, but after I get done cutting this, I'm just going to go ahead and take the mowers off. That way I can get the corners a little bit better with the baler. And then I'm going to go grab the T8 again and fertilize the field that's right in front of me. It'll be the third time I fertilize that field. I think the farmers have me over fertilize it, but it's his field. If he wants to pay me to do it, then I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm not going to complain about it as long as I get paid, I guess. Maybe he's one of those farmers that think more fertilizer, the better. But that's why in this farm here, we do soil sampling to find out how much fertilizer and lime we need on the fields. It's going to be a great payday here in a couple of days when we can just deliver all these silage bales. And then I'll go to bed and wake up with a good amount of money in the bank account. All the money I do make from the silage bales, though, I got to remember, I just can't go ahead and pay off the store all the money I get. I got to keep some money because I got to flip some of these fields around. And, of course, spread more lime, spread more fertilizer. I can't remember. I don't think these fields here, the grass fields, need lime. I think we're all set on that. But the field that we're buying, I'm pretty sure is going to need a lot of work done on it. All right, last pass here for cutting grass. As for the other field, that little cranny, that little nook and cranny over there, it's a little tight in there with this mowing setup. And I'm actually thinking about maybe possibly planting some trees in there. Some fruit trees, possibly. Go ahead and turn that off, and we'll lift that up. Nope. Lift that up as well. Let's go dump out all the grass bales that we do have. I don't think all the grass... Well, maybe the amount of grass I got left. Maybe I get enough to get another bale. Alright, so before I put the mower away, let me go ahead and grab the pressure washer. Keep it nice and clean, although it didn't get that dirty. The perfect setup for me here on the farm. I love it. Right, that's good enough. Kind of a breezy day here, so that should dry up if I just put it into the shed, I think. They're also getting a little clustered here in the shed, so I'll have to keep that in mind. Am I going to be able to drop that at this height? I'm not too sure. Nope. Always tricky. There we go. Now it should detach. A little shed to start putting some of the stuff in. I'll need the bigger stuff in that big shed to be good. Alright, I'm going to take a break from the Massey Ferguson for just a moment. Jump into the T8 and go fertilize that field. It shouldn't take me too long, but a few minutes. And then I can take out the fertilizer spreader on the T8 and then go pick up the bale wrapper and start wrapping up some of these bales. And another fertilizing contract all taken care of. Good news is, while I was doing that contract there, I got paid from the first one this morning. So when I go up to the store here in just a moment, I'm going to transfer some funds over from my bank account over to the other farmer's bank account. And that field will be ours. I'll just have to go sign some paperwork later on. Let me go ahead and detach this. I am going to leave the fertilizer in that spreader for now. Because, well, I got grass fields to go ahead and fertilize after I get the bales all wrapped up. Now it's time, like I said, to go up to the store. Got to grab that baling wrapper, get some of these bales wrapped up, and then go back around to Massey Ferguson, pick up all the scrap grass that's on the ground, see if I can make another bale out of it. And then maybe in the afternoon, maybe just maybe, I'll fertilize the grass fields I just cut. But in about, I'd say in a few minutes, this field to my left will be in my name. The funds are all transferred. So like I said, I just got to go sign some paperwork later on. We already signed some paperwork, so that's why I'm confident giving the farmer the money early on. But Yeah, that leaves me now 10,000, well, less than 10,000 pounds in my bank account, but that's fine. In a couple days, we'll have a good amount of cash. And I'll get paid from the other contract that is did, hopefully sometime today as well. This is the little cubby hole on my left-hand side. I'm thinking about just maybe planting some fruit trees in there. We'll have to wait and see how that goes, because I don't know how I'm going to fertilize them, because I don't have no animals that produce fertilizer yet. The other thing I need to do, once I get all the paperwork signed on the field I just purchased, I need to go to the town board and see if I can get some right-of-way from that road we're just on to my field, rather than having to go through my other field. Getting access to that field there, or from the main road, where I can just shoot straight across, that'd be pretty darn good. Looks like we got some red wrapping bale this time around from the store. And these can start fermenting, and hopefully in a couple days bring me in like 80 to 90,000 pounds. So I got some grass pieces here and there I need to pick up. Oh yeah, these bales should be easy to find in the field, not a problem. So in a day or two, yep, we'll be harvesting that canola right over there. Yeah, I thought about maybe getting some help, but I think that's a job I can do myself. If I get access from the main road to the field, I mean just straight across the road. Make it nice and big so the combine can get in there with the header. Just look at all these lovely, lovely bales I gotta wrap. Well, getting this baling wrapper in the future wouldn't be too bad. I would expect it not to be too much, maybe like 25 to 30,000 pounds for it. I think a brand new one goes for like 56. And I've used this one quite a bit. I'm sure other farmers have as well. But nothing I desperately need. I can go ahead and lease it 2-3 times a year. Yeah, it does cost 2,000 pounds every time I lease it. So in the long run, I could have probably maybe bought one by now, by the time I do end up buying one. But at the time, the finances just weren't there. But it's getting to be where the finances are there to go ahead and get some purchases like this. But I think before I go buy something like this, I need a shed. Another shed on the farm would be good. But I would like to pay off more than half of that Massey Ferguson deal I got from the store off this season, which I should be able to do rather easily with the silage bales that we're making. And in a couple months' time, we'll have more silage bales to make. But right now, I'm just going to go ahead, run around here, get all these bales wrapped, and then grab the Massey Ferguson, pick up the rest of the grass that I can. If I make another bale, I'll wrap that up as well. And then maybe in the afternoon hours, maybe fertilize these grass fields.